of La Penta. This is WICR.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Superhero Fun 5K Walk Run for ALD. Now, during the breaks, we were playing this song called Heroes by Aliso, and I've got to give a shout out to Mr. Armand Medeo. When we were doing the preparation for the show during the week, he came to me with this song and recommended, this song perfectly fit kind of the theme, our hero theme for the show. So Armand, excellent job there, really good song, and it perfectly fit the whole thing we're trying to do here. Armand, you got any response there? I give you a compliment.
Thank
you
you,
just
Joe.
sit there, man. Can't get any
Thank you, Joe. I
respect here.
thought it was a good song. That's why I offered it.
Absolutely, very, very good there. Now, as we move along and we close down, we're kind of moving into the end of what we have planned here. Now, one of the final things I thought would be interesting to talk about is kind of the whole supervillain dynamic. Now, earlier in the show, we talked about what would we kind of do if we could build our dream team of superheroes. A lot of us went with some very unique, dynamic, versatile lineups, but I pose this question to you guys. If you could take one supervillain and try to put him on your team, now you've got to be careful because you don't know if you can fully trust this guy, but you're going to do everything you can to turn this guy to the good side, kind of bring him over from the dark side. If you're going to roll the dice and take a supervillain, who are you going with, guys?
I'm going to go with Magneto, Joe, from
Magneto from X-Men, all right.
When you first look at Magneto, yes, I know what he's done. He's terrible. He hates humans in the X-Men, but you look at his childhood, what he went through with his parents and his sister being executed. It really took a toll on him, and kind of in the last X-Men Days of Futures Past, we see a crucial scene towards the end when they're fighting the Seminoles, and Magneto's there with Charles, and you see the sympathy in his face of joining Charles, that what he's done was wrong and that they really need to be with each other. We see him joining the mutant side. Yes, he understands what he's done is wrong his whole life, going against everything, but he understands kind of that what they did is leading to even worse with the Seminoles in the last movie.
I think that's a pretty good one, Armand. Who are you going with?
I don't really know as much about this guy as Rod knows about Magneto, but I would go with Venom.
Venom from Spider-Man. Interesting choice.
Venom's got all of the intangibles to be a good guy, but the problem is he's so what's he have, some type of dark virus latched to him?
Yeah, I think Venom. It's like a parasite,
yeah,
right?
It feeds him and kills him. But the guy has all the versatility, quickness. He can slash. He can jump.
I love it. You're using the sports analogies to describe him. I love it.
I just think he has all the intangibles to be a good hero. He's got to deal with the parasite issue.
That's interesting. I think both Venom especially is tough because Venom is a kind of guy who like you said, Armand, he's got a lot of those intangibles, but I think Venom's got a mind of his own. I don't even know if Venom can control Venom.
It would sort of have to be like the Hulk. Maybe they can develop some type of routine or something, or some type of drug to sedate it.
I think Magneto could be controlled because he's still human, and I think he could be reasoned with. I worry about Venom, man.
But it's like Venom. Whenever I watch him, this guy's so cool, but he's a villain. I can't root for him.
Have you ever had that where you watch a bad guy and you're man, why can't he do? I think I've seen that a lot in Transformers, where I'm man, these guys are so cool. Why do they have to be bad?
I get Starscream. I always like Starscream.
Starscream's cool. I like Starscream as well. I don't know, though. If I had to go with mine, now, the guys I'm going with are not exactly villains, but they definitely don't do good things, so they can't be considered heroes either. I'd say they're more anti-heroes. So I got to go with Deathstroke from DC and Deadpool from Marvel. Now, they're basically the same character, just for each different comic incarnation. But both guys, they're funny, but they do. Deadpool is hilarious. If you know the Deadpool lore, he's a guy who he's a comedy act. But he's crazy. He's nuts. And I mean, he's a guy you'd love to have on your side, but he's all about Deadpool. Deathstroke's all about Deathstroke. So I think it's kind of like, if I had to compare it to maybe a sports guy, maybe I'd go with Kobe Bryant. You know, Kobe's kind of the lone wolf. He's the lone ranger. He wants to get out of his way. It's Kobe's way or the highway. I would kind of compare it to that, and I think sometimes that's hard, because if I had my group, my dream team, for people who missed it, is Optimus Prime. You've got Gru in Rocket Raccoon, and then you've got Batman. Now, two of those guys, I think Rocket Raccoon and Deadpool or Deathstroke would clash. I mean, Rocket Raccoon is always going to give you a fight right there. So I don't know. I think Big Shot Rob, I think you win that fight. Congratulations, you win it with Magneto. Now, what's your approach, Rob? You're going to sit down Magneto and tell him, look, we need your help. What are you going to say to him?
Well, here's actually my main way to get to Magneto. I'm gonna somehow remove that helmet away from him, and I'm gonna get Charles Xavier to get into his head.
There you go.
That's the only way that you could really see how Magneto is controlled.
Yeah, but how would you remove the helmet? You would need Mystique.
Well, that's the thing with X-Men. They always have a hard time getting that away from Magneto, because he could just get it right back with his hands. Whenever he gets it back, Charles is able to get into Eric's head and control him. And I think that's the only best way you could control Magneto.
No, you're absolutely right. That's the only way.
I think that's a good point there. Now, I have to ask you guys if I could do something. If I can add somebody to my team, maybe two people. Now, I thought about this during the break when I was looking for more things. Is it possible that I could add either Godzilla or some Pokemon to my team? Because I got to be honest, guys, I need some Pokemon in my team. Is it possible, can I have one of these guys on my team?
Not Godzilla.
That's unfair.
I know he fights back and destroys monsters, but he destroys the whole city in doing so.
That's true.
And it would take years for us to
And
rebuild.
Pokemon, I mean, what are they going to do if they're not on the ball?
Oh, come on. You can't get like a Gengar or a Pikachu.
No, because all you got to
in there
do
or
is throw
something?
the ball, they come right back.
There you go. I don't know.
Maybe
I mean,
Charizard, that's about it.
I'll say this, Rob. I mean, I think you bring up a good point. In the previous Godzilla movies, it's kind of hard to tell if Godzilla is good or not, because he kind of destroys everything in his path and has no regard for anything he does. But I think in the new movie, my comparison to Godzilla was he's the Dark Knight. He is Batman. I mean, you see him at the end. He's the hero of the day. Everybody's cheering for Godzilla. Yeah, he knocked over a couple buildings, but definitely not nowhere near the destruction of the old. So, Rob, can I please have the new Godzilla? I'm begging you.
Just give it to him.
I
Just
still
give it
don't
to him.
trust Godzilla, Joe.
Oh, Rob, you're killing me.
Nah, neither do I. I agree with him.
I do have a new picture I was just sent, though. Really cool here. You've got a Superman costume. That's a great Iron Man costume. Also, let me slide it over to you guys so you can see. I mean, the Superman costume's pretty good, but that Iron Man, that shield is spot on.
Yeah.
Those are two pretty buff guys too. I mean, they fill out
They're
the
in good
costumes.
shape.
You think those are real guns right there with the Captain America? I don't know.
No, I think it's just a great suit.
That is awesome. That Captain America shield, man.
Is that Chris Evans?
Chris Evans, it could be Chris Evans, man. I gotta say though, I mean, guys, out of the last couple, Marvel's done a phenomenal job with their latest stretch of movies, with the Avenger movies, the Spider-Man movies, Captain America. I just saw the second one; it was excellent. Guardians of the Galaxy was one of my favorite superheroes of all time. And here's the crazy thing: I mean, you look on the DC front. You've got Batman, which I love. The Superman movie I didn't see, but I've heard some people were disappointed with. I mean, you look at this, does DC have better characters and they're just not doing as good a job making the movies? Or is Marvel just dominating in every facet of it?
They have just as good characters, Joe, DC. With the movies, Batman was excellent.
Yep, I agree.
Superman was great to me. I don't see anything wrong with the Superman movie that just came out, but they have to develop it more. Like Green Lantern, they could have done a totally better job than Ryan Reynolds. For that movie.
You saw that one?
Yeah, I saw parts of it.
Okay.
That's not.
I haven't
Green
heard good
Lantern
things.
to me.
Yeah, I haven't heard good things.
They need to make a Flash movie. I mean, the Flash TV show on CW11 is pretty good right now.
We talk about that on the morning show all the time. Exactly. What a great show. And I think it's true. I mean, it makes me disappointed because I'm more of a DC guy, but I just don't think they've done as good a job. Like, Marvel's done an excellent job. They've gotten somebody like me who probably would have never had any interest in the Guardians of the Galaxy to go see that movie, and they sucked me in because when I went in and saw it, it was an excellent film. I mean, even if you don't really care about comics and stuff like that, if you're just a moviegoer who goes in to see the movie, it's an excellently made film. It really
I'm
was.
surprised they never made a Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, that's
Who do you think would play that?
Who would play a good Wonder Woman?
Scarlett Johansson.
She would be good. She's excellent. What's her character in
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Widow.
She plays an excellent Black Widow. Really does.
Mila
Cap-
Kunis.
Well, no, but it has to be brunette, right?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman's brunette. Well, Scarlett Johansson could be a brunette.
How about Padme from Star Wars?
Okay.
Padme.
Natalie Portman? No.
Yes.
You know what? I'm surprised too because I'm gonna be honest. The big three here: Armand Madeo, Rob Bancardo, and Jersey Joe. We are as big Star Wars fans as you could possibly get. We might go out and do a Revenge of the Sith reenactment after this show, but I gotta say I was surprised nobody put any Star Wars guys. Why didn't anybody do that?
I am Anakin
Lightsabers.
Skywalker. I am Anakin Skywalker.
Armand is Anakin Skywalker. Who's Rob? I
Jar
think-
Jar Binks.
Jar Jar. See, I think I'm Obi-Wan.
You are Obi-Wan. You're a peacemaker.
I think Armand, you are definitely Anakin. I can't figure out one
swear
for
the
Rob.
back
I
and
think I'm
forth.
like C-3PO, guys. You know, you guys, you won't throw the shots at
No,
me.
you're-
I'll throw it at myself. I'll throw myself under
Listen,
the bus.
I think you're Jar Jar. I think
No.
perfectly.
No, with C-3PO, I'm kind of like the worry ward of the group, so...
That is kind of, you know, Rob. That's actually kind of funny. I
Yeah,
mean,
but you're also goofy like Jar Jar.
Oh, my... You want to attack me even more? I just attack myself. You gotta make me feel worse?
that was
I'm
good.
more insecure than you already are.
But see, here's the thing, Rob. You are a warrior like C-3PO, but you're also a wealth of knowledge like C-3PO. I mean, C-3PO, he's a smart guy. He's got, well, I don't know, a guy, but he's got to figure it out. So I know, I
If
think,
only you moved like Yoda.
ooh, Rob's got kind of a
Actually, he does
Yoda
got a
to
little
him.
Yoda. I mean, he walks normally like Yoda with the cane.
Oh.
You ever see Rob when he walks?
Man,
He's got the little hunch in his walk, but
Get
you know,
out. Get out.
Maybe Rob can just turn on the engines. You know what I'm saying? Come to Yoda and Attack of the Clones when he faces Count Dooku.
No,
What a great fight.
I'll stick with C-3PO. His knowledge of over 1,000 languages and the way
Yeah, but Rob, you barely speak English.
I don't know. I think
What? Joe, what is this?
this is cold, Armand. This is-
Rob, you know I love you like my brother. Just playing.
This is like the morning show when you got grilled that one time.
oh my goodness, what a show that was when I got grilled there. But I'm very happy.
I know where you're going with it. CP3PO speaks 1,000 languages.
See, I gotta be
Set
honest.
yourself up on that one.
There was a time where I kind of wanted to be General Grievous just because, you know, he's kind of like the Oregon Ducks in sports. He's flashy, he's cool, he's exciting, he's
but
fun
Joe,
to watch.
You're too nice to be General
I am too
Grievous.
nice. General Grievous is a bad guy, and you know, I agree. I'm too nice to be General Grievous there. But my favorite villain in Star Wars is Jango Fett, the man Jango Fett. I'm a little Django just because I think Django's kind of a guy who's all... Actually, I don't know. I'm not Django.
I don't see it. I see.
Jango's
I think
cool.
Obi-Wan fits you perfectly.
Yeah, I am Obi-Wan. I'm Obi-Wan. There's nothing wrong with being Obi-Wan.
I'll
Obi-Wan.
turn against you eventually.
I know, Armand. I mean, we're gonna be friends for a while, but then something's gonna happen.
Because you do something to me. You make me question.
Yeah.
My ability in the Force.
Well, you know, C-3PO and Obi-Wan never have any problems.
Well, we can also remove, Rob's whole mental capacity, take out the chip in his head.
Yeah, like Jabba the Hutt did in that one
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
When
that,
Han Solo turns him off.
Yeah,
No, wait.
Rob, I will turn you off.
no,
it's
Rob could be
Chewbacca.
Rob could be Han Solo.
No, he's not.
Why
Harrison-
can't-
No, Harrison Ford.
I'm not the arrogant
Please.
bad boy.
That's true. Han Solo is a little bit arrogant. I don't know. That's tough. I'm trying to think of a good one for Rob. I feel bad giving you C-3PO. Padme.
Where are you getting this stuff? Blasphemy.
This man.
Oh, you know who Rob is? I hit the nail on the head with this one, Joe. Who is the little guy that Anakin works for in the Phantom of the Menace? The little flying...
No, that is not me. I'm not that cool.
Oh, I don't even know that guy's name. That's one.
You want to buy this? You want to buy this?
That could be on a daily basis.
Oh man, that was a lot of fun doing that Star Wars thing there though. Transition. We are coming to the end of this show, guys. As we get to the end, I kind of want to get your thoughts. I mean, what just your time doing this. I mean, the one thing I really took away from this is when I approached you guys about doing this, there was no hesitation. I mean, you guys were just all on board. Just talk about your experience. Just what did you think of the whole thing?
This was a great experience, and I think when you came to me and Armand a couple weeks ago to tell us about this, it really hit me the most, and I wanted to do whatever I could do to help out with Brandon. And it's just a pleasure helping out with this. And I look back at like with athletes and stuff, what Shaquille O'Neal and all these guys do off the court, and this is something that I feel is very important for me to do. And I just love doing this.
Exactly. Ongoing with Rob said, we're just average, everyday citizens, and in this way, this is like giving back to the community in our way. I mean, we're not celebrities, but by doing good cause like this and helping out Brandon, this is a great special moment. We'll always appreciate you asking me and Rob to come on the show. Thank you.
I couldn't thank you guys enough for coming. I think it's one of the really cool things that I don't think a lot of other people could do. I mean, radio gives you this ability that you can't do with a lot of other things. I mean, partially in TV, yes. I mean, maybe you could do the live thing, but I mean, radio just gives you so many opportunities to kind of help out at a great event like this. It gives you so much versatility. I mean, TV, you've got to drag a ton of stuff around. You've got to move a lot of parts. Radio, I mean, it's all here. We bring ourselves, we prepare, and we do a great show like this. And I got to be honest, I had a ball doing it with you guys. A lot of fun. So much good stuff talking Iron Man, Batman. We got some sports in there. And I have to admit, I try to talk Godzilla and LeBron James into everything I do, try to work it in every conversation, and you guys allowed me to do that, so I thank you very much for that. But I mean, that was a lot of fun. The superhero fun 5K walk run for ALD. If you're listening right now, we are about done, but there is so much stuff going on at Portchester Middle School right now. I'm getting just masses of pictures of great things going on. We've got so many cool things. The Iron Man costume there. You've got some great people dressing up. I saw what a great Captain America costume. What a great Superman one. There's a lot of really exciting things going on. I was just told that there's bids going on for some cool things. And Eli Manning signed ball. I've been told that things are flying off the shelves for that Eli Manning signed ball. I don't know, Big Sure. I've never been the biggest Eli fan, but you want to put a bid on that?
Oh, I would. Two-time Super Bowl champion.
There you go, Rob.
And
Respect.
He's been the king of New York, Joe, since 2004 with the Giants. With the Jets, we haven't had a steady quarterback.
Yeah.
And Eli Manning's kind of been.
Whoa! You got Mark Sanchez, man.
Oh.
The butt fumble.
The butt fumble. Hey, what about Tebow? Tebow was the man. I missed Tebow.
Tebow, you can't say anything bad about him. Yes, you look at his professional career, it's been tough, but Tebow's a guy who's always given back to the community, and it's been given to him since he was born. He's born in the Philippines. His family always did missionary work, and he's just a great example of what a true hero is to this world.
Don't worry, you guys have Geno Smith. He's only 23, as he says in interviews. I'm only 23. I have time to learn.
It's kind of like we were talking about with Derek Jeter. I mean, Tim Tebow absolutely is just a guy who just does things the right way. Doesn't embarrass himself or anybody. He plays. I mean, look, the guy struggles. I got to be honest. He's not an NFL starting quarterback. But the one thing you can never say about him is that he didn't give it everything he had on every play. I mean, this is a guy who worked as hard as he possibly could. I just think sometimes talent is just not enough, and unfortunately for Tim, I think he was one of the best college quarterbacks I ever saw, but his game just didn't translate to the NFL. But in closing, I mean, again, ALD, a disease we just still don't know a lot about, very serious, and how can you help? Obviously, participate in the event at Portchester Middle School. So many ways you can get involved and go help down there. So if you're listening and you're not there yet, go on there right now. Do whatever you can. Form a team to help raise money. I'm sure that's still being able to be done if you go down there and you ask around. And be in www.bethematch.org. That's BETHEMATCH.org for everybody who wants to find out more. Whatever you can do to help out, I'm sure it'll be greatly appreciated. But guys, I want to wish Brandon the best of luck from all of us, just the battle he's going through. He's just the epitome of toughness, that kid. I mean, he's a hero in his own right. We talked a lot about heroes on this show, but Brandon is the biggest heroes of all of them. I want to give him all the luck in the world, all of our love, everything that we have. But guys, send off Brandon here with everything you have.
Best of luck, Brandon. And I want you to know right now, with what you're going through, you are a true hero in my eyes. And kid, you're just a true hero. I'm very proud of you, the way you're fighting this. You're a great kid.
Yeah, exactly, Brandon. I mean, you inspire me to battle anything in life, and best of luck to you, my man.
There you go. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Everyone at the event, you continue to have a great time. For Brandon, you just keep on doing what you need to, my man. Everything this we did here was for you today. Really had a great time putting on this show. So everyone, thank you for tuning into the Superhero Fun 5K Walk Run for ALD. Everyone enjoy the rest of the event, and we are signing off.